Hey guys, how's it going today? Sorry about that. Just making a little project for my little girl's cat. See, if you guys have pets, what I'm making here is a scratch post. We all know how expensive they really are to buy, right? So I've decided to make my own, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the same. Cost-effective way to be able to do it. Right, so I have the base behind you and a piece of carpet from the dollar store that I bought that I'm going to cut the size. And also 50 feet of rope, right, from the dollar store. So basically it cost me nothing. The board I already had, and I'm actually using two 2x4s that I actually screwed together, and then I just used the end piece just to make it look pretty at the top, so it looks like one big 4x4, right? Technically it's not a 4x4, right? They take off about a little bit. So right now I'm just wrapping the 50 feet of cord all around the post of this and staple ever so often. And it looks like I'm not going to have enough here to complete the post, but you know what? I have another 50 feet here that I'm going to be using, so not a big deal, right? It's just nice to be able to have a full, consistent line, but sometimes that just doesn't happen, right? So I'm stapling that here. Make sure that you put it in, so when your cat does scratch, or multiple cats that are using this post, if that's the case in your case, they don't hurt themselves. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open this other one here and join it. So doesn't have to look pretty, it has to work, right? So that's what we're looking for here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it just underneath the existing rope, because you notice here, I'm just going to put it underneath here and then staple that bad boy right there like that, you see? Right, so maybe I'll do multiple staples just in that little area, right? So here, hold on, there we go. There you go. So they're in, right? So then we just continue on what we was doing, right? So I'm going to unravel this a little bit, right? Right now the cat's only, a kitten, so it'll get plenty of use, I'm sure. So not the most easiest thing to make, by the way, but hard on your fingers, But very rewarding, You didn't have to go out and spend $50 to $60 on a scratch post that basically will fall apart anyway, right? Most of the time they make them out of press wood, right? So I'm actually using real hardwoods here. Well, 2x4s are usually not hardwood, but harder wood than what you were to buy in a store, right? So I'm using 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, sorry, plywood for the base. And the carpet as well. So like I said, it's hard on your hands, guys. So I had to do this job outside because lack of light, as you can see. It gets dark early around these parts, especially in the winter time. But this project will look nice after it's done. You'll soon see. As you can see, it looks pretty good, right? So except for this little part here, but no big deal, right? So what? It's not consistent. It'll do the job, right? So that's what we want. I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom because I have a little carpet piece that's going to be, cut to size to this here, right? So I'll be able to screw everything together afterwards, which you'll soon find out. Right, so if you do have pets or cats, I recommend you do this. You'll save a lot of money in the long run. Because it does get expensive. Cat litters and boxes and toys and everything else, you know what I mean? So I think I can almost go to the end, which I might just almost go there because it's a very thin carpet. So alright, so yeah, I think gotta make sure that's nice and tight there. At least it didn't all unravel on me, which is a good thing. Now normally if I had a thick pad or something that the cats will want to go on, right? So carpet, they're always attracted to carpets, cats, right? So yeah, they're fun little critters, you know what I mean? There you go. So I'm just gonna staple that puppy right there. That's as far as I'm gonna go. So I don't need to go any further than that, I don't think. There we go. There you go, nice and hidden. Right, so just to make sure, make sure it's nice and tight. You pull the rope down, right? So just in case you might have a little extra room to play with, because you want your rope nice and tight. You don't want it to unravel it when they're using it, because it's more of a pain in the butt to fix it afterwards. You know what I mean? So see, I was able to go around at least one more time, see, because of that. So here we go. So I'm going to staple it back in the same spot here. Right. There we go. Now I'm just going to get my X-Acto knife, cut this, and I'll show you the rest of the project. Alright. Get the X-Acto knife out here. Boy, I love doing stuff like this, and I'm sure you guys do too. And of course, be careful not to cut your hands. See, I still got tons of rope left, so I'm just gonna throw that back in the garage there. And the first part of your project is now complete. You see? Looks good. Looks like you bought it in a store, you know what I mean? Now for the base part, the completion of this project, right? Remember I told everybody that, I used plywood, right, instead of press wood. Here's the base, right? Dollar store piece of carpet, guys. What? $2, if that. So, yeah, that's my top here. Now I'm going to have to cut this, unfortunately, to size unless I fold it over, even though this piece is a little stiff, right? So it might not work for me, but if you bend the corners in a little bit, you might be able to get lucky and have the whole thing as one piece, so the wood doesn't show. That's preferred, right? It's not a necessity, right? So I'm gonna try that. Let's see what happens. But we'll soon see. I might not even bother with that, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, guys. I think it might just work. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this down and staple the little bugger to the base. You know what? That's that. That's that. See? See, no staples sticking out, so that's good. That's what you want, you see? Almost like upholstering furniture, you know? Nice, consistent, nice and straight along the whole base, so it looks good. People will think you bought it in the store, you know what I mean? So, it makes you feel good too. You actually accomplished something. You know, something as easy as making one of these. You know, so, all right. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna staple it and then cut it. Make sense? No? Let's try it. Good, 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 good. I like it. Yep, beautiful. Right, so. You're probably wondering about the hole. I was just thinking about that too, but I'll cut it afterwards. Doesn't matter, they're not gonna see it. You're gonna screw it from underneath the base anyway, right? So, they won't even notice. And your cat won't care either. So. You know what, I'll do it from this side, because this side's a little more, have everything straight here on this side, so far. Yeah. Do that, yeah. So you notice I just flipped over the remaining part and I'm just gonna make it flush with the rest of it. You see? Oh. Don't be afraid to pull it tight, guys. Because you want it nice and solid, right? So that's what you want. Okay, now on this side, you're really gonna have to make it tight on this side because you don't want no, you know, flopping going around, if I could use that word. All right, so pull it, then staple it. To make sure I have everything good and kosher. You know, you want it done right, so this is how you do it, right? I don't know, it's my first time ever doing one of these, so I just thought, what the hell, let's do it, right? See what happens. So if I make a complete fool of myself, well then so be it, right? So I'm just tacking it in, right? So normally I'm just gonna make everything flush afterwards. So it's just to show, excuse me, just to show you guys, you know, that how easy this could be. Okay. All right. Good. 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 All right. So far, so good. See? All right. All this will get cut, so hold on. Needs a staple there. Hopefully I got enough staples. It's hard to see out of here. I think I got one left, which sucks. So, but you know what? I'll go as far as I can with this. You guys get the general idea, so you'll know what I mean, right? So get rid of the flat part here. I guess gotta make sure that it's all gonna be flush. This is where a carpet puller comes in handy. You know, so Sucks that I only have one staple, I think. Yup, I ran out of staples, guys. Oh well. Okay, so what I'll do, bag all these in, make sure that it's gonna stay, but we'll just carry on with the project just the same. Right, you guys get the idea, like I said, right? So it's not rocket science, right? So now we'll picture all this all done, right? So take to take, moving on, right? So, all this junk in the way. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna eyeball it, right? It's a cat, right? No big deal. You can kind of tell, right? So, see if I could use this, right? I use whatever I have around me to be able to get the job done. So you see, I'm already off. So okay, hold on. I'm gonna do it right there, I think. Ah. It's a cat, right? So no big deal. Okay, I'm gonna cut it there. Cut it here. Cut it here. Basically, you're gonna cut all around your base. And it could be a real pain in the rear sometimes, but and my lighting is not too good because of the time change that we're in, right? So there we go. That's that. There you are. Hopefully you guys can still see me. That'd be a good thing, you know. Working in the dark and you can't see what you're, you know, trying to learn here. That's no fun either. So there we go. There's your hole for your post. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna install our post, right? So we're gonna turn her over, right? Make sure it's all good, right, in its place. And I'm gonna use 4 screws to be able to do this job. So all right, so 1, get about there. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Just make sure, you know, turn it around, look at it. Don't be afraid to look at it. It's not going to bite you. Nice and solid. So it looks pretty good. Now we'll proceed. Meaning keep going. Right? So, next screw, right diagonally from it, but not too far, right? You don't want to go through the existing carpet and then your project's all done. Make sure you countersink your, you know, so it stays level. You know, you don't want your screws scraping the floors or nothing, right? So, looks like we're all good still, right? Like I said, I'm going to put 4 screws, and I'm using, I believe, 2.5 inches. Yes. So that works. Make sure that it's going to go in the proper space. Nice. All right. There we go. And I think we're done. Of course, minus the, you know, The carpet that, of course, I'm gonna have to trim and fix up, but here's the project, guys. You know, like I said, minus the shit, right? Your very own cat scratching post that your cat will enjoy for a long, long time. You know? I'm trying to, you know, make it sit up at least straight so you guys can actually see it. So I'll bring you guys closer. Sorry that the lighting sucks. Yeah, I can tell. See? But there it is. Your very own cat scratching post. So I hope that this tip has been useful, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you have animals, like I said, make this. You'll enjoy it. Bye for now. See you in the next video.